All right, so you're working with a buyer and it's going great. You've shown them the perfect home. They absolutely love it. You selected the home site that's right for their needs. The home is in their price range. They like you and you like them right back. Everything is going swimmingly. And then it hits you, the dreaded words that haunt every salesperson. We want to think about it. Today on the 5-Minute Sales Training, I'll share with you an advanced technique to deal with the most common objection ever heard in a sales conversation. Stick around. Welcome back, everyone, where today we're talking about selling in a tough market and the all too common refrain, we want to think about it. If you're new here, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you don't miss an episode, and hit the like button too while you're at it. That really helps us to get this video in front of more people. You know, the phrase we want to think about it is about as old as the hills, I would say. In fact, there's a very, very good chance that you have said those very words to a salesperson.
I need to think about it.
In fact, I'm going to take it one step further and suggest that you have said those very words to a salesperson, even though you were seriously considering a purchase decision. But you said, let me think about it. Let me start by suggesting something to you. This is not code language that a buyer is using because they don't like you and want to put you off.
What's the code word?
Purchasing a new home is a major decision. It makes sense that some people are going to take longer than others to make that decision. Now, before we get to the technique on how to deal with that common phrase, I want to start by suggesting that you would be better off if you never heard those words in the first place, right? So here's the question. What is the number one reason that people say to a salesperson, we want to think about it?
Why did you say that? Why?
I would contend that buyers who say this to salespeople are typically those buyers who have decisions yet to be made, minor decisions that lead up to the big decision. You see, buying a home isn't just one decision. Buying a home is the culmination of 1,000 decisions. If we want to make it easy for our customer to make the final decision, the best way to do that is to help them make little decisions throughout the entire process. Consider the salesperson who takes a customer through the entire process but never asks even one minor agreement question along the way. And then at the very end, he turns to the customer and says, would you like to buy this home? What does that customer then have to do? The customer has to consider all the component pieces of a purchase decision and roll them all up into a final decision, all at the same moment in time.
It's too much. It's too much.
Does that sound like brain strain to anybody besides me? And what do you suppose that customer is going to say? You guessed it, they're going to say, we want to think about it. So if you want to avoid hearing that from your customer, the best way to do that is to help them to make small decisions all along the way. Think about establishing a decision-making rhythm for your customer. You see, when people continually say yes, they continue to say yes. People don't argue with themselves.
I cannot argue with that logic.
The biggest problem with closing skills that I observe has to do with salespeople who do not ask for minor agreements all along the way. All right, now listen, I get it. Inevitably, you're going to get customers who are going to say, we want to think about it. Now, I'm going to assume that you're probing as to what they need to think about and that you're attempting to get that final decision. But let's be honest, sometimes it's just not going to happen today. Sometimes your customers are going to say, despite your best efforts, that I want to think about it, and they're going to go. So let me give you an advanced technique for that very situation. The customer just said, we really do need to think about it. Thank you very much. We appreciate all you're saying. We're not going to make the decision now. We really need to think about it. You can respond by saying, I understand. This is a major decision, and you need the evening to consider what you're going to do next. I get that. Tell you what I'll do. I'll call you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock to get your decision. You see, if they're going to think about it, what I want to do is give them a time parameter that shortens the decision-making cycle. Endless deliberation over the decision is not good for the buyer. It causes their brain to get wrapped around the axle. So give them a deadline. It's a very, very simple technique. You need to think about it. I understand that. You want to spend the evening discussing it. I'll call you tomorrow at 11 o'clock to get your decision. It's a powerful way to shorten the buying process. Try it this week. Let us know how that goes in the comments below. We want to make it easy for our customers to do what they really want to do. Give them the deadline and then close the next morning. Thanks for watching another 5-minute sales training. You know what to do. Until next time, learn more to earn more.